Alright guys, it's Gameboy Luke here, and welcome back to another Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This is a battle against one of my friends. Actually, it's more of a casual battle. I mean, I was using my competitive team and stuff, but I really didn't know what to expect from his team because, I mean, when I saw the team preview, I was just like, what? And he has like a whole team of pseudo-legendaries, excluding Charizard, obviously. And I was just thinking, holy crap, this is like a full team of Dragon-type Pokemon, this is crazy. And I was just thinking, shit, should have brought a Fairy-type Pokemon, but, yeah, this is a really random battle. He doesn't really competitively battle often, so I didn't really know what to expect from his movesets, and his movesets were kind of strange, actually, so it made this battle kind of unpredictable. So, we're just gonna get straight into this. I'm not using any new Pokemon that you guys haven't seen, I don't think, but I mean, I'll probably do another battle soon, because I have raised a couple of new Pokemon that you guys want to see. Actually, I think I have Zapdos in this team, which is something you guys haven't seen. I don't know. I don't remember. I should have looked. But anyway, as you know, I'm going to lead with my Aerodactyl, and I actually gave these guys nicknames now, and I've called this guy the Return, because Aerodactyl, like, initially in Diamond and Pearl used to be a Taunt lead, which is exactly what I'm using him as here. So he's going to lead with his Garchomp, but I'm going to go with a Taunt, because I was expecting him to Swords Dance or something, and I mean, even if he doesn't, then, yeah, there you go, he's going to use Substitute, so I don't really have a safe switch in on this Garchomp, so I'm just going to go straight for a Dragon Claw, see how much damage I can do. And then he's going to go for a Dragon Claw here, because I wanted to scope out what move he was using. I landed on 7 HP, and I didn't think that this guy was that he was going to have Stealth Rocks or anything, so I switched into Scissor, knowing that he was using Dragon Claw. So he's going to go for another Dragon Claw on my Scissor, and that's not going to do any damage. Well, he's going to do quite a lot, but it's not too bad. His Taunt wears off, and I thought he was going to go for a sub or something. But no, I go for the... I think I go for the Sword Stance here. I'm not too sure. No, I'm gonna go for the no, I remember. I go for the Mega Evolution and go for Bullet Punch, which isn't gonna do much, I don't think, to this Salamence, because obviously I've been intimidated and my attack is pretty low. Although it did like a solid like 20% damage. That's not too bad, I guess. But anyway, I switch out because I'm not sure what this thing's gonna do either. And Salamence actually goes for Fire Blast, and I'm like, whoa, special attacking Salamence, what the fuck? And unfortunately for me, I get the burn, which kind of screws this Zapdos over, because I'm trying to, you know, it's kind of a sub-roost Zapdos, and I knew he was going to switch out here, so I go for the Substitute, I think. Yes, I think I go for the Substitute. Or I go for Roost. I probably went for Roost because my HP is pretty low. And if I did sub, then the burn would have finished me off. So yeah, I go for the Roost. Which means he could actually Earthquake me here. But I don't think he realised that. Anyway, I'm going to go... gonna get all this damage from the burn and the Sandstorm. And it's just not helping me at all. And now I choose to go for the Substitute right here. And then his Tyranitar is going to go for a Stone Edge. Luckily... I thought this one missed, sorry. But the Stone Edge is going to do a ton of damage to me. I didn't know whether I should falter off my Zapdos or not, or switch into something, because I don't really know if I can switch into a Stone Edge. So, I go for the Roost, maybe hoping for a Stone Edge miss, and I think this Stone Edge here, this is the one that misses. Sorry, I was just getting a little confused there. So he goes for Stone Edge, and no, okay. What? It must be a completely different battle. Okay, so I get the burn and the Sandstorm damage, and that... okay, and the Sandstorm with burn damage, and that finishes off my Zapdos, because I didn't want to safe switch. I had nothing to switch into Tyranitar, so I'm just going to send out my Aerodactyl and get some damage off on this Tyranitar. It takes a clean 60% damage off, and that's where the Stone Edge misses. The Stone Edge misses here, and he goes for the switch, but I didn't want to use anything else apart from Earthquake, because... I didn't want to risk using a different move and it not killing the Tyranitar, so I just went for another Earthquake. And then before I die, I could have probably used Stone Edge or something, but I was thinking he might just go for a Dragon Dance or something, so I go for a Taunt. But this Dragonite carries Thunderbolt, so this is another special attacking dragon, which I also didn't expect. I then actually forgot that he was using Thunderbolt, and I thought, I can take this. Jello can take any special attack, and this actually did more damage than I thought it was going to do. So I'm going to hop into a Substitute real quick here, and I want to kind of whittle this Dragonite's HP down, like, slowly. So he's going to go for another Thunderbolt, and I'm going to go straight for a Toxic right here. And this Toxic is probably... I think it comes quite beneficial later on in the game. because obviously Dragonite's HP is slowly being reduced. It makes it easier to take down later on. So yeah, get the Toxic on this Dragonite, which is always good. And obviously I know he's going to use Thunderbolt again, so I need to think of something to do here. And I actually think I switch out into, I don't want to say, I think I switch out into Spiritomb right here, because I think I can take another Thunderbolt. Yeah, I go into Spiritomb, because I know I can take Thunderbolts with this thing all day. Here comes the Thunderbolt, and that's going to do like 40 damage, which is like, I don't know, 30%. But luckily I have leftovers, so that's always good. And I'm not really sure what happens after this point. He's going to go for a Draco Meteor, and I was kind of scared at this point. I didn't know if Spiritomb could take this, because obviously it's stab, 150 damage or so. That's going to do a lot of damage, and that takes me down to 26 HP. And I think I expected a really powerful move to come in, so I went for the rest straight off the bat, just to like increase my HP. And now that his special attack's been reduced, that Dragonite is near enough useless, so there's no point in him being out on the field anymore. So I know he's going to switch out here. So he switches out, and I don't want to switch out my Spiritomb whilst it's asleep, so I go for the Sleep Talk right here, and luckily I get the Will-O-Wisp, but it misses. I get the Will-O-Wisp, but it misses. And at this point he was laughing his ass off, and he just thought it was absolutely hilarious. And he goes for a substitute here. And here's the beauty of Spiritomb right here. I go for the Sleep Talk right here. And normally you can't burn substitutes. You can't put them to sleep or paralyze them or anything. But my Spiritomb has the ability Infiltrator, which allows me to burn this thing right off the bat. And I completely forgot about this, so I was just like, whoa, this is crazy. So he's going to go for a Dragon Claw, and obviously the Will-O-Wisp Burn is going to reduce that attack crazily. And I go for a Dark Pulse, and my Dark Pulse completely skips the fact that it's a substitute and knocks it out whilst it's in the substitute. Spiritomb OP. Spiritomb is the best thing ever. I love my Spiritomb. Substitutes can't stand in the way. You can Will-O-Wisp all day. So I'm going to go into his Charizard right here and go for the Blast Burn. That's going to do a pretty huge chunk of health as well. But I mean, Spiritomb is just taking these special hits like a boss. And obviously he has to recharge now. So I'm thinking this would be a good chance to switch out. I think I switch out. Yeah, I switch out. I could have gone for the rest, but there's not much. If I use Will-O-Wisp on this thing, if I Sleep Talk and get Will-O-Wisp, it's not going to do much damage at all. So I switch back out into my Jello, just to kind of scare him off, because obviously I'm a water type and his Charizard's just blah 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 blah. I actually thought he might be carrying Earthquake, but he goes for Dragon Claw, and he gets a nasty crit. And I honestly thought that he was going to switch out, because obviously I'm a water type, and I went for the sub. So he doesn't switch out, and I'm just like, okay, so what should I do here? I'm expecting, yeah, I thought I might be able to survive it, just because of the leftovers, what is it called, the Black Sludge, and I do just manage to survive with like 3 hit points, and get a Scold off on this Charizard. So this Charizard's pretty much dead. I wanted to keep my Jello just for Death Water or something, and I kind of expected another Dragon Claw. So I came into my Scizor again, and he goes for the Dragon Claw, which is going to do absolutely nothing to this guy. And I was pretty confident that a Bullet Punch would take this guy out. I was considering going for Swords Dance, just in case he switched out, but I thought it might be too risky. If he used a Fire attack, that would definitely take out this Scizor, so that's Charizard taken care of, thanks to my priority Bullet Punch. And then he comes back into Salamence, and obviously I know this Salamence is carrying Fire Blast, and I don't particularly want to keep Scizor out with a Fire Blast, so I go back into my Tentacruel to take the Fire Blast for Death Water, just so I can have switch priority. Obviously using the Fire Blast, and now I can choose a Pokemon that can do damage to this Salamence. So that's my Jello taken care of, and he's down. And the next Pokemon I send out is You Got Mail, which is my Dragonite. He thought this name was hilarious, and I have to admit, I love it as well. But I'll go for the Dragonite, because I have multi-scale, and I'm thinking I can take anything that this thing throws at me. He's going to go for the Draco Meteor again, and I'm like thinking, shit, this might not actually survive it, but hits that are when I'm at full HP I have now, and I managed to hang on with 22 hit points, and I'm just like, fuck! So yeah, now that I'm at +1 attack and +1 speed, I'm just going to go for the Outrage here, because his team is practically full of Dragon types anyway, so, and obviously, yeah, no, Dragon is 2 times effective against other dragons, so Outrage was probably the best move to use, and I'm obviously holding the Lumberry, which you'll see happen in a minute, which will cure my confusion, so I was pretty much safe just to go for the Outrage and pretty much sweep the rest of his team. Basically, yeah, this is how it's gonna go. And then he sends out his Tyranitar, and I'm still locked into Outrage. I haven't been confused yet, apparently. And I'm going to go for another Outrage on this thing. And that's pretty much game right there. He's just got his Dragonite left now, I think. I'm confused due to fatigue now. But obviously I'm carrying the Lumberry, so I'm not confused anymore, and that's probably one of the best tactics you can use on a Dragonite right now. I think it's pretty standard. So no, he's going to come back into his Dragonite, and I'm just going to go for another Outrage, because I'm the fast one. I think his was Adamant, and mine was Jolly. No, his was probably Modest, actually, now that I think about it. And I was Jolly, so I was able to outspeed this Dragonite and take it out. But yeah, that was a full team of Dragon Pokemon, and obviously at the end it caused him a problem, because obviously the Outrage is super effective to like half his team, and I was able to sweep half his team with Dragonite without even any status boosts. So, but yeah, that was a different battle. I think I'm gonna try and get more of these. I need to challenge some more people, because I have some new team members that I want to try out and show you guys. So, if you've enjoyed this episode or enjoyed this battle rather, then don't forget to leave a rating and a comment and stuff. And I will catch you in the next Wi-Fi battle, guys. See you later.